Good morning. Welcome everybody to the Archer Eade race. Well, that's a little bit of a different Archer Eade this weekend because we've run out of tunnel boats, unfortunately, due to breakages and crashes in previous races. But we've still got an amazing program to get through here this weekend. As we watch Timmy Martin just bringing the rebound off the trailer. Morning and welcome, Mr. Rolf Stannis. It's Mr. All the Talk himself. How are you, mate?
Good morning, Bichet. It's great to be here again. It's here. Always look forward to this meeting. It is one of the best of the year.
It is a fantastic meeting and the conditions look good, mate. We've got a little bit of a breeze coming through. I think that's going to die down a bit, but at the moment, watching the water conditions that the fans can probably see behind us, a little bit of wind chop. The boats like that, don't they?
Certainly do. When you get a bit of air under there, it's good for photos too for us, and great for the spectators too to look at.
Fantastic, mate. You Archery Memorial Race between live streaming around the world. My name's Dave Bishop, and along with the GP Hydro live streaming crew, we're going to bring you all of today's racing. First race on the card this morning. I think we have our juniors heading out. I should have probably looked at my list before I even got up here and did this. But we've got plenty of great racing here this weekend, folks. So, got the boys on the cameras. We're just getting our course boats out onto the water now. We've been doing interviews all morning, so we're going to play those as the day goes on as well. Caught up with a lot of the teams and see how they're travelling and what's going on also. So for those of you here on site, make sure you jump on GP Hydro live streaming, Bisho Media, Victorian Outboard Club Facebook pages. You'll find it. You can't miss it. And tune in and have a look at those interviews going on. We've also got, obviously, everybody at home. We welcome you, and we hope you enjoyed today's live streaming. One day of fantastic racing here at beautiful Lake Charm in the Gannawarra Shire. Safety is absolutely paramount at these races, and what's happening here this morning is we've got the boats being checked or scrutineered, looking for a spring lake.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and the first race that we have on our card for today is our Formula Future Heat 1A. Boats that we'll be looking for are A Little Nuts with Andrew Cameron, Flat Out with Jake Jackson, Prime with Josh Taranto, Chase and Dad with Chase Hamilton, Epic Junior Tyler Gilligan, and Fat Chance Riley Bride, whose hair is coming back very nicely. So those boats and drivers are in the drink at the moment and facing outwards, and it won't be long till we see them out on the course. Conditions absolutely stunning here this weekend. Today the forecast is for it to be literally perfect all day. Beautiful, calm water, just that very light breeze, that little bit of wind chop, just enough to get the boat sitting up and performing nicely. So the weather gods absolutely on our side here at beautiful Lake Charm. This race brought to you by Total Energy, and with a big thank you and shout out to the team at Total Energy, the Gilligan family, for their wonderful support here this weekend, and their sponsorship as well, and of course they've got boats on the water also, so all happening out there. In fact, we've got Tyler Gilligan out there in this one, in the Epic Junior, so that's the pink stripe, boat number 24. Rescue crews just heading out onto the water now. Big thank you to Dave Bodner and his team and all of our volunteers and rescue crews that are going out onto the water today. They'll have a big day out on the water, and great to see everybody out here and involved.
For those of you out there watching the race boats going around this amazing course, all the safety and all the effort that goes into keeping these drivers safe. Obviously there's safety cockpits in these boats, they've got harnesses, they've got air supply. The open cockpit boats, they all wear jackets, helmets, they've all got all the safety gear, and the boats get gone through in scrutineering and made sure they're really safe. But the biggest factor in the safety in this sport, these guys right here. This is Race Day Medical, Dave and Anna Bodner. They do most of the powerboat racing throughout Victoria, and they do an amazing job. Dave's had to deal with some really big crashes lately, and he's done an amazing job. And there's probably some people that are here this weekend that may not have been, had it not been for Race Day Medical, Dave Bodner and Anna and their team. They do a great job. Just think about them when you're watching those boats go around. They're out there doing the job, and that's why all these teams out here feel really safe. Well, good morning. We are here with Race Day Medical, as we always are at most boat racing and all sorts of other forms of racing around the world. We've got Dave and Brianna. Dave, speak to me about what you do at these races, please.
Good morning, Bisho. Thank you very much. We're quite privileged to be here at the VOC today. What we do is we provide on-water medical support. We have a paramedic, Brianna, who does the land, looks after all the people and any patients that we bring in from the boat. Our job is, I suppose, extrication of the patient from the water onto the land, and we look after them from there.
It's an interesting one, Dave, and we've seen it in recent times with a couple of crashes. You've actually been doing this job, I don't know for how long now, years and years, but you've actually become quite good friends with a lot of the drivers out there. Does that make it trickier for you?
Unfortunately, it does. About 5-6 years we've been doing it, and it's funny, we pulled one of the guys out, Dave Meads, and I had tears in my eyes, even though he wasn't injured. I was emotional because I knew the guy, and it just made it that little bit harder. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's fascinating that. And Brianna, I think it's your first one, yeah?
Yeah, my first boat racing, yes.
And what's your background in the medical field?
So I'm a registered paramedic, so work casually with Ambulance Victoria as well, but yeah, this is very exciting for me, this first time.
It's great fun, and we hope you get bored all day because we don't want you having to do anything.
I agree.
All right, guys, hey, thanks for everything you do. We did a little piece on you guys down at Wyndham Harbour last week. You need to have a look at that, Dave, because I work on 10%. So if you can send that through, mate, but good luck today. Hope you get bored as well.
You're a legend. Thank you so much for today.
Thanks,
have
mate.
a good one. Enjoy. Good on you.
Nathan Bartzak, the one more, mate. Welcome back to Lake Charms. Second time here. Had a little bit of a breakout last time. We're going to try not to do that again, son?
Nah, I hope not. Yeah, with a bit of luck we stay under and, yeah, come home.
Mate, this class, we were just chatting with Troy Cameron. It's a cheap, affordable, great racing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 100%. Like, it's good camaraderie as well. You become good mates. A lot of boats are somewhat evenly matched. Our engine builder, he's built them to be on even playing field. So after that, it's all up to the driver, really. So, yeah.
Fantastic, mate. And what do you think of this venue? Your home venue, of course, Lake Eblot. You're a VSPC man. This Lake Charm course, what do you think?
Well, I've had somewhat good success up here. So far, so good. So I don't mind it up here. Until something goes wrong.
Mate, run us through the spec on the boat. People at home love to know what's in the boats. It's all right, you don't need to look at it to think of it. You can still look at me.
Yeah, well, this is a 17.6 Everingham, LS3 6.2 litre. Just had stock bottom end, mostly headwork, and the biggest cam you can throw into it without doing any damage. So, yeah. So
when you say big cam, what sort of RPM range does that camshaft work in?
We set it at 6.8. Because obviously GM recommend for oil pressure, well, not issues, but recommendations. So we only take it to 6.8 until we throw a bigger oil pump or whatever you want to put on it, just to turn it over a bit faster. So until then, we just keep it around the 6.8 mark, and happy days. It sits around 98, 99 mile an hour.
Perfect, mate. Well, I hope you have a great weekend. Boat looks fantastic as always. Hope you can get them today, son.
Thanks, Bisho.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, bud.
Well, Aidan Shan, mate, welcome back. You're driving the Miss Martini this weekend. You had a big accident down there at Lake Glen Maggie. It was a little bit serious. You ended up in hospital. Tell us about that, please.
So I ended up going into a corner with Max Seckham spinning in front of me, and I've unfortunately hit him, and I've gone over. So,
and you got a little bit hooked up in the boat as well. Tell us about that and what happened there.
So I got caught on a throttle cable, and I just couldn't get out of the boat, so I ended up having a bit of a drown.
Well, mate, we're laughing about it now because you're up and about, but could have been serious. We were just chatting with Dave Bodner earlier. Does a great job. The boys got you out okay?
Yeah, that was actually really good.
All right, mate. So what are we doing this weekend, please?
I'm racing Miss Martini, and yeah, hopefully I don't go underwater again.
Well, mate, how do you feel about it? Are you nervous, or is that just water under the bridge for you?
It's not too bad. It's just, yeah, fitness was the biggest thing from the crash.
Oh, mate, good luck today. Hope you have a good drive, and I guess big thanks to Sammy Martin for giving you a boat to drive.
Yeah, thank you, Sammy.
Good on you, mate. Good luck today.
Yeah, all right.
Cool.
Cheers, mate.
I'll grab it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a junior boat on the water. This is Heat 1A. Boats we're looking for, drivers we're looking for. Andrew Cameron in a little nuts, flat out with Jake Jackson. Joshy Taranto in prime. Chase and Dad with Chase Hamilton. Epic Junior with Tyler Gilligan. And Riley Bride in the fat chance. Riley. So don't forget, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have our Sid's Archery auction. make sure everybody gets along to the Crane Lake Charm Boat Club for that one. It's going to be a great night. Dinner's going to be on. Everyone's going to get together. And we're going to raise some good money for SIDS as well, which is fantastic. Looking forward to that. So boats out on the course now, just doing their sighting and warm-up lap. These kids will run through down the back straight there. Is the flat out, I think. A bit hard to see. A little bit of sunglass. Sorry, no, it's not flat out. I think it's... We'll try and pick that up. Who's out there in front? Could be Prime, I think. Look down the back straight, I can see Epic. No, Prime's on the... then it's flat out Prime. Fat Chance. Chasing Cash. So that will be, in fact, coming into the milling area, will be a little nuts with Andy Cameron. Just in a bit of sun glare there. The boats starting to all look the same, don't they, Neil? Up in the sun glare there. Once they come past the front straight into a bit better view, we'll be able to pick them up for you. But our pole man for this one is Andrew Cameron in the Little Nuts. Clock start for these kids, of course. So down in the milling area now, and we're just waiting for a white flag now for these kids. Once we have a white flag, we'll be in a minute to start sequence. Hello, John. Don't listen to me about putting flags up. I'm not the man that makes those decisions, please. Very good. Did have an incident. Hello, ladies in the tent, all giving me a wave. Thank you. Looking beautiful, of course, as always, all of you. Hard to believe we've got such a good-looking group of ladies running the tower here today. And not you, mate. Not with that hat, not with those sunnies. White flag's up, and we're 10 seconds into a start sequence. So these boats will be looking to hit the line. Bang on zero, full lick. So... looks like Gilligan's already up on the plane. Might be playing a few tactics here, I reckon. Keep the boat up on the plane. It's a good idea. Having said that, coming off the plane now. Clock ticking. 20 seconds to start. I want to start making a little bit of a move, I would suggest. 15 seconds now. Coming up to 10 seconds to start. I think they're all going to be, going to be a hard one to beat. Yeah, Gilligan, they definitely has had. And there goes zero now. And perfect start, I reckon, there from flat out. Epic, though, gets that hard charge up on the plane early. Fat Chance on the outside. Prime, Josh Taranto, not a good start, but plenty of boat speed down into turn number one for the first time. So it's flat out there, running through him. Boom, we've had a spinner. We've had two spinners. Flat out's gone around and Prime's gone around. So not a good start for Jake Jackson and Josh Taranto. It's a little bit early in the morning for me, folks. I'll get my tongue around it soon. So that leaves Epic out in front. And that's Tyler Gilligan. Back to Chase Hamilton in the Chase and Dad. As we go down into turn number two for the first time. So we'll pick them up as they come down the front straight away. It is the Epic Junior, Tyler Gilligan. Back to Chase Hamilton. And then it's the Fat Chance with Riley Bride. into fourth place at the moment is Flat Out, but Josh Taranto in the prime, charging hard down the outside, having a real go here. Running that wide line, losing a little bit of momentum as they go down through there. Jackson running the tight line right on the pins. Both these fellas having a bit of a spin on turn number one. It hasn't helped their cause at all. They've both got plenty of boat speed, as you can see them reeling in the Fat Chance as they go down the back straightaway. But it's all Gilligan at the moment. We've also got stopped on the course, a little nuts, unfortunately, Andrew Cameron with an issue there, which is disappointing for him. New powerhead on that boat too, so it's a bit of a problem for those guys, but it's Gilligan back to Hamilton. Now it's Taranto up into third place. Back to Bride, and then Jackson rounding out the field as they fire down the front straight. So Gilligan starting to make a real move here now. Oh, and in fact we've had another spin there, so Jackson having an absolute mare of a first race. I'm not sure whether he missed a turn boy there, or I just caught the tail end of that one as he got back up and going again. So that's a real shame. Jake's got some setup issues, I would suggest, in that boat at the minute. Would have thought we'd be coming up to a yellow flag, but I'm not sure. So Gilligan comes through, and there it is, yellow flags out. So one lap to go now. Josh Taranto on the hard charge, just coming around the outside of Chase Hamilton now. Joshy Taranto telling me he weighs 43 kilos, so he's definitely running lightweight. Got plenty of boat speed. Back to Fat Chance, and then Flat Out. Unfortunately, Jake Jackson has been all over the shop this morning. Hopefully he can get that show settled down and get the boat turning in. Oh, he's gone around again. More drama for Jakey Jackson. So he'll gather himself back together. 3 spins in one race, not good. Checkered flag comes out though, and it is the epic junior, Tyler Gilligan, getting the job done very, very nicely. Back into second place, and a hard charging Josh Taranto after a spin out for him. On turn number one, he managed to claw his way back up to second position. Third place will be Chase Hamilton in the Chase and Dad. Fourth place is going to be the Fat Chance with Riley Bride. And rounding out the field will be King of Spin, Jake Jackson. 4 laps, 3 spin outs. So they have got some work to do in the pits on the handling of that boat, I'm sure. Well, that's a nice little run to kick off this morning's proceedings. Formula Future Heat 1B is the next race on the card. We're looking for Shiver, Pickles, Fat Chance with Lockie Bride, Bud Light Jr. with Harry Meads, Lily Taranto in prime, and Epic Jr. again, but this time with Ella Gilligan. So Bailey Canara in Shiver and Jack Williamson in Pickles. So we'll get these boats turned around real quick. I'll take a short break. We'll be back real soon.
Tyler Gilligan driving the F4. Mate, you've had a big couple of weeks, haven't you? Run us through that, please.
Yeah, so had a big weekend at Albury for round one of the Australian Championships, the AFPGP series. Unfortunately, my steering wasn't right and had to miss out on quality, but did my best. And yeah, no, I've been fighting to get this ready for today, and I'm really happy I could do it.
So what was going on with the steering, and is the boat all sorted now?
Yeah, so we still have a little bit to do, but there are heaps of problems with the steering drum, and the cable was crossing over, and it just wasn't right. The torque was wrong, and so my wheel was sort of like that on a straight, which isn't really ideal.
Mate, sounds like you need to get a decent mechanic.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
All right, archery today, mate. Have you got a couple of boats in the class?
Yeah, so I think I've got Lockie Bride, and I think I'm racing against a couple of monos.
Oh, it should be a big day, mate. Your first archery, I think. Oh, no, you've done it as a junior, of course.
yeah, I've done it a couple of times as a junior. Yeah.
All right, mate, good luck. Thanks, Tyler. Good job, mate.
Rightio, boats heading out onto the drink for Heat 1B. Shiver, Pickles, Fat Chance, Bud Light Junior, Prime and Epic Junior, the boats we're looking for. Pickles having a little bit of trouble getting up on the plane here with Jack Williamson. He'll get there. Hopefully it sounds like it's revving all right. He just needs to, obviously got plenty of engine height and a big prop on that boat. He's going to need to plan his start very, very well if it's going to take that long to get up on the plane, because He'll need to have a good run at the start line. So blue flag's out. These guys will do their siding lap. We'll try and pick them up as they come through for you. So first boat through there, I think the Bud Light. Then we're looking at a couple of decent washes here for him to get over to. So Bud Light, we've got Epic, Prime. Out the back door there, just trying to pick up. That'll be Shiva. And Fat Chance. Pickles has got up onto the plane with Jack Williamson, so let's hope he can get his start squared away. So there's Pickles just going through now. Given that it's obviously got plenty of engine height and plenty of propeller, should be pretty quick in a straight line, you would hope. As he goes through and completes his lap, rest of the field goes down into the milling area. Big shout out to our wonderful sponsors here this weekend. Gippsland Composites, Big Mickey Taranto, out of the Mafra Mafia down there in Gippsland. And of course Total Energy, Stephen Gilligan and his crew out there at Total Energy. So big shout out to all our great sponsors. There's Tyler Gilligan, he's just had a good run. One race, one win, son. Any wonder he's smiling? Here we go, Heat 2B, and we've got 5 seconds to start, so I was a bit slack on the uptake there, but it looks like everyone's going to be legal. Maybe a couple of seconds late there, but it's a Fat Chance get the best start. Then it's back to Bud Light, Epic, Prime, and on the far outside is the Shiver with Bailey Canaro. Not the best start, and Pickles, unfortunately. Drama there, and it looked like it had a lot of trouble getting up on the plane, getting out of the pit area, out of the wet pits. And Bailey Canara frustrated there. Sorry, I should say Jack Williamson, of course, frustrated there in the Pickles. So, back straight away we've got Jack's got real drama here, just watching him come past the commentary point at the moment, but just not getting up on the plane, that boat at the moment. Battle continues on at the head of the pack though as we go down through turn number 2 for the first time, and everybody getting through pretty cleanly. And it's the Fat Chance doing it very nicely. Still back to Bud Light, Epic, as they just split around the Williamson boat. Just throws itself back to Epic.